Hello, everybody. Going to wait a minute for people to file into the Zoom meeting, and we will get started at about 3:02. Going to wait one more minute to get started. Let additional people enter the meeting room. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eileen Chant. I'm the Outreach Program Manager at the DOE SBIR STTR Programs Office. The Diversity Supplement is a program that we've had in place. This is upcoming summer, will be the 4th year of the program. So I'm just going to go over some of the specifics of this program and answer any questions that you all might have. This meeting is being recorded, and we are going to post it. You will get an email after the meeting with the recording, so you can view it or have others in your organization view it as well. I also have the support of Zina Al-Yusuf, who is our program support specialist. And thank you, Zina, for all your organizational efforts with this webinar. I'm going to go over the specifics of the program and ask that you, is there a Q&A box, Zina? I want to make sure there is one because, oh yeah, I see one. Just want to make sure that people know you put any questions you have in the Q&A box, not in the chat box, and wait until I finish talking to put your questions in, because I may answer them before that time. One of the statutory directives of the SBIR STTR programs, which kind of distinguishes us in a way from many other federal R&D programs, is to foster and encourage increased participation from underrepresented groups in order to maintain the quality of the U.S. scientific workforce. We're always looking for ways to accomplish this goal. If you are a fiscal year 23 Phase 2 Release 2 or a fiscal year 24 Phase 2 Release 1 awardee, you are eligible to apply for this diversity supplement, which is going to be an internship in which a student works at your company for a 10-week period during the upcoming summer 2025. All Phase 2 awardees are eligible, whether you have a first Phase 2 award, a second one, or a third one. The budget can be up to $20,000 in additional funding to support a recruited student for the summer. $20,000 is the maximum budget. Don't ask for any more than $20,000, and it can include up to $3,000 for supplies and travel. And you can also put mentoring for the student as well in your budget. Limited number can be proposed and justified. Much of the remainder of the funds should be used for the intern salary. So we define diversity very broadly, and I encourage you to think in those terms when you're looking for the right student. And here's just a list of some of the options in terms of hiring a student, including women and socially and economically disadvantaged students, veterans, individuals individuals with disabilities, students that are from community colleges where maybe they wouldn't be so exposed to research and development during their education, or not high research, non-R1 universities, which are not high research activity universities, students from underserved communities, or a candidate that demonstrates a commitment to diversity or serving underserved communities in the future. These are the funding opportunity announcements that are, if you have an award under one of these FOAs, you are eligible for this diversity supplement, and you want to go ahead and start doing outreach and identifying a suitable candidate, because as part of your application, you do have to identify a suitable candidate. If you go to the link that's shown on this page, the request form for the diversity supplement and the budget forms are downloadable. You do submit this request by email. So it's the request form, it's the budget and the budget justification, which you all have filled out those forms before as awardees, as well as there's a resume and a statement requirement from the applicant intern. These applications are due on this December 5th. You submit them by email to our SBIR-STTR email address, and we provide you with a decision on whether the supplement is approved in mid-January. This is just sort of the timeline. If you are a Release 2, Phase 2 awardee, you're already in your second period of performance. That kind of makes things a little bit easier. You would apply in December, this coming December, and be informed whether or not your diversity supplement was approved in January, and then we would go ahead and process the requisition for that additional money. If you're a Release 1 awardee, the timeline is a little bit tighter. Your second period of performance starts in April, and the interns start in May. So the supplement money gets attached to the budget, the second period of performance budget. So the timing's a little bit tighter. Than you get the money sort of right before the interns start, just for planning purposes. I wanted to make people aware of that. The interns should be undergraduate, graduate students, or recent degree holders wishing to pursue a STEM career. They must be U.S. citizens or a lawful permanent resident. They must have the ability to work in the United States. And as far as suggestions, you can reach out to a local university. It doesn't have to be a research institution. It can be, or it might not be. You can review the research pages of a local university to identify relevant research programs and reach out to contacts about intern opportunities. Carnegie page will have information about regional colleges, minority serving institutions. You may want to reach out to an MSI or a historically Black college or university. And additionally, since there is a diversity justification as part of the application, I do have this link in here on statistics for women, minorities, and persons with disabilities in science and engineering that might be of interest to you. Here's basically the review criteria for your application. You do have to provide a diversity justification, how the appointment will promote diversity in small business research and development. In addition to providing the candidate with research and development experience, there should be some entrepreneurial training and mentoring aspect, whether they are participating in some of your market and commercialization activities, maybe conducting market research for your company. So the entrepreneurial piece should be an element of the internship. we will want to see the candidate resume, and there is also a statement required from the candidate to speak about how they're interested in entrepreneurship in terms of their career goals. Yeah, so it's not just someone who's interested in research and development. We do want you to identify candidates that are interested in entrepreneurship. Candidates should be an integral part of the project, to do something meaningful to advance your phase 2 project. They should receive R&D training and entrepreneurial training as well, and a plan and a timeline for the assignment. You do have to propose a specific candidate, but be aware that we understand that interns get multiple offers if you do. If you get awarded the diversity supplement and your intern takes another position, you can go ahead and resubmit another candidate. So just wanted to let you know that for planning purposes. You can include indirect overhead and profit in the budget, just like you do in a regular budget request to our program. I already talked about the $3,000 for supplies and travel. One diversity supplement application per phase 2 award. So if you have 2 phase 2 awards or more under these 2 funding opportunity announcements, you can apply for multiple phase 2 awards. And I will say that some of the applications are, because the 20,000, depending on where you're located and what you're paying, there are always some applicants that hire 2 undergraduates in the summer for that $20,000. That's an option. You don't have to add the indirect, you don't have to add the profit. You could make ample use of that 20,000 in terms of paying a stipend to an undergraduate, and you could have potentially 2 undergraduates. The preference is for the intern to be coming to the company each day and having that in face-to-face interactive experience. If for some reason your company is operating in a remote fashion, the internship can be remote, but you do need to provide a justification if you do want to waive this requirement. Here's the specifics of the application. I won't go through all these bullet points. Please utilize this email subject line, diversity supplement request for DOE award number with your award number, and then go to our awardees resource page for the template, and review this information and make sure it's all included in your application. And that's it. I'm excited about this program. We've had a lot of good feedback in terms of the interns that have joined companies, and in many cases, the awardees have hired that person after they've gotten their degree. So I'm hoping to see, a good number of applications from our phase 2 awardees, and I'm hoping you all are as excited about this opportunity as well to add to your R&D staff. And with that said, I can answer any questions that people may have about the diversity supplement. You can always reach out to me down the line. There's my email address on the screen, and I can answer additional questions for you as you prepare your applications. All right, I'm going to switch to the Q&A box and see if there are any questions. Right now, there are no questions. I'm going to stick around for a minute or two just to see if anybody has any additional questions. So pop them in the chat. Again, you're going to receive a link to the recording of this webinar, and you will receive the slides as well in an email. All right, I don't see any questions. So with that, I'm going to complete the webinar. Thank you for those of you who attended and reach out with additional questions about the diversity supplement. And thank you, Zena, for your help.